It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. All that and more coming up next.
In between the cities of Dallas and Fort Worth, it's Arlington, Texas, host to the grand mecca of football, AT&T Stadium, the home of the Cowboys. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen here in the booth. Greg, we've been around for a minute, as the kids like to say. I called your games. There are guys who you played with back in your day who are now the veteran players in the league, and we got a couple of veterans here at quarterback. What a difference it makes for a team when they come in with a guy who knows what he's doing back at quarterback.
Oh, and it really does. And remember, Mike, the only way to gain experience is to gain experience. There's no magic formula. You got to be in the fire, make mistakes, make great plays, learning lessons. The more you see, the better you get. And no position is that more magnified than in the NFL at the quarterback position. So the fact that these guys have played so many games, so many seasons, they've seen so much, that's a huge advantage for each of these teams. Now the question is, in today's matchup, who comes out on top?
So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
And here we see Dak Prescott taking the field, Mike, coming off what a lot of people thought was an MVP caliber season. He finished runner-up, of course, to Lamar Jackson. And people love to nitpick Dak's game. I don't know if it's because he plays for the Cowboys and people love to hate. But regardless, he is as talented as they come. He is the leader of that team. He needs to have the postseason success that he has found in the regular season. Once he does that, I'm not sure what's left to nitpick.
He's going to tuck it and go. And he will slide to a halt with a penalty marker down on the play. So let's check out this call. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll find his tight end. That's Jake Ferguson.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Pistol now for Prescott. Open man down the field. It's Ferguson. 23 yards on that pass play. First down, Cowboys.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
A short throw caught by Ferguson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
3rd and a yard. On the ground, here's the rookie who played in-state at Austin. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal try. That one is good. And the Cowboys are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Eric Gray to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
Let's not forget, Mike, not too long ago, Russell Wilson was not only the face and one of the top superstars of the NFL, he was a bona fide Hall of Fame quarterback. So the talent and the resume, it's still there. He puts together one of those vintage performances we've seen throughout the years. This team's going to be hard to beat.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
Left side in the hands of Neighbors. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Giants.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They go play action now. Wilson, he'll get that complete right side. It's Bellinger. And he's going to be out of bounds. It's just beyond the line of scrimmage. That's all they needed to pick up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
They run on the jet sweep, and this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A quick throw to Neighbors on the RPO. Play action. Now Wilson. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Wilson now, off the bootleg. Connects with his big tight end, Manhurts. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. From the shotgun, Wilson. Throw on the run is complete.
You know, I think what stands out most here about this completion, Mike, is just how fast the quarterback was able to get that ball up and down. He got that ball into the hands of his receiver quickly and able to pick up a nice gain.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he will score. Russell Wilson, touchdown Giants. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Giants move out to a 7-3 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Cavante Turpin on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Play fake. Prescott. And he is going to go down. They sack him to end the 1st quarter. We are through 1. It's the Giants leading this one early. We're back to Arlington in a moment. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And Now they find themselves in a critical third down here, or they're facing a 3-and-out.
Dak facing 3rd and long. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Giants offense ready to take over for their second possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd down.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
On 2nd down, Russ taking the deep shot here with Robinson.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
On 3rd down, here's Wilson. He gets that complete downfield to Slayton. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on 1st down. And he'll twist his way to a good run. A pickup of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They go play action with Wilson. This throw left side taken in by Johnson. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Taking off. And Wilson's been doing this a long time. He knows the drill, slides to avoid the contact, and picks up the 1st down. Give him 11 on the scramble, and give them a new set of downs.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with the rush lane.
And that time, the pressure, too much. He'll go down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. To the outside, complete to Johnson. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Taken in right side by the tight end, Johnson. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a fourth and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down. And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On the ground, here's Tracy. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. In motion, it's Robinson. And some problems communicating on third down, and that's going to be a delay. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face third and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants go out to a 10-3 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Graham Gano now, following the field goal, back to kick this one away. The return starts at the 13. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Cowboys offense ready to take over once more. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Two minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll throw again. Dak. He runs with it. A first down on the scramble. A gain of 16.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Prescott on first down. Quick throw, taken in, and they'll take this down inside the 35.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Second down and 3. Throwing is Prescott. He'll get this complete. It's Lamb again. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This from 34 yards. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we reach halftime here, and the visiting Giants are out on top. As we'll send you over to Orlando.
Russell Wilson. He was able to take it in himself for the game's only touchdown. And you wonder if this coaching staff will ask him to do a bit more the rest of the way.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Ray gonna return it. and he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Giants offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. That's to the sideline. Taken in by Johnson.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here's 2nd and 9. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. A carry here for Tracy. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Wilson. Open man, that's Slayton. They get 14 on that hookup. That's good for a Giants 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Slayton is the man in motion. They go play action now. Wilson. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
You find yourself trailing coming out of the halftime break. Your defense is going to start on the field. And man, what a great way to get this half started. Keep this game within one possession, get the ball back to your offense, and see what they can do.
Here is Graham Gano to try the field goal. This from 34 yards. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Giants will extend their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Graham Gano now, following the field goal, back to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 15. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Cowboys offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll be looking to answer back. They trail 13-6 and start this one with 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Dak. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these 1st downs and go finish with 6.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Off-balance throw. It's complete. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Quick throw here is complete. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. Here's a run. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott. And he'll take it on in. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown Cowboys. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Cowboys will even the score here in the 3rd. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Gray going to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll run with Tracy. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Donovan Wilson will bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Now he'll run. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
When you're game planning during the week for a mobile quarterback like this, on every down, you have to have somebody to account for him. You can see why here. He's able to escape the pocket, turn into a runner, and he can take every play and make it a big play.
On the give, it's Tracy. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 8. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. Throw left side, that's Johnson. They get 12 yards on that pass. 1st down, Giants.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now Russ. Catch made right side. It's Johnson. And he's going to have a 1st down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Yeah! Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Wilson now, off the bootleg. He'll run again, and he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. This one caught at the 4. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
Watch the eyes of this quarterback, Mike. He understands as he goes from his first to his second read, there's no reason to force something downfield. Check the ball down, get it in the hands of your running back, and pick up a positive play.
In motion, it's Robinson. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. He'll try to push forward, but only a yard, down to the 2. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Gano on to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Giants will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. In motion, Lamb. First down, Prescott. That's caught by Lamb. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Play fake. Prescott. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A ball deep for the end zone. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. He was looking for George Pickens there. It's now Mike McCarthy not happy with that call, and he has thrown the challenge flag. They're looking both at the feet to see if 2 were down, but also whether or not he had full possession of the football when those feet were down. So that challenge, a successful one. So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. all even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready to come back out for this next possession. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with first down. From the shotgun, Wilson working across the field. He gets this to Neighbors. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. He'll get this out wide. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Wilson makes the read and keeps it himself. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
Wilson now going to keep it on the zone read. Yards are hard to come by there. They'll work it down to the 37-yard line.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
They'll come up for 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game as they approach midfield now. They've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker could be a hero.
He'll run. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. They'll stick to the ground. He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal. Now, 2nd and goal. They'll run here. And he will get into the end zone. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And this defense might try to throw at him, has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. This is 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll check this down to the running back.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. That's brought in right side by Pickens.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
It's 3rd and 1, and here's Prescott. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Prescott again.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Here's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. So a road win here for the Giants. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.